My name is Dan Murphy from Americans for Safe Access in San Diego. I'm here with James Stacy, and we are here to discuss Eugene Davidovich's trial today, day 7?
6.
6. Looking forward to day 7.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so morning testimony. It was more of Eugene's cross-examination. With what you were able to see from the testimony, what are your feelings on the case?
Well, I'm surprised that the prosecution has, first of all, previously they actually established that Eugene was following state law, that he had gone and painstakingly verified everybody every time, and now they're trying to do a different tack where they're trying to say how much, I think they're trying to figure out how much he spent so they can come up with these numbers and try and prove a profit. Is that what you think?
I agree. Definitely the district attorney is focusing on the monetary aspect, trying, that's what they've been trying to do in the past, is to make sure that they can prove a profit, to see if they can prove a profit. That's been their contention for why any collective is going to be illegal, is because it has all this money in it and there are all these illicit profits.
Now, going along the profit, she was asking about the specific cost of the products that he had to buy to do the grow, but she never asked him about how many hours he spent doing it. Don't you think that the monetary compensation for your hours and your effort should count for something?
Absolutely. Any industry that you're in, you're not going to have people that are just doing it simply out of the goodness of their heart. People have families, people have obligations, people have credit cards. We know we have to pay our bills. It's important to be able to earn a fair wage, a fair recompensation for the work that you put in, no matter what it is.
Now, do you think one of the problems here is the concept of not-for-profit, where they're not really laying out what is fair compensation for people's times?
Well, I can think of a lot of not-for-profit and non-profit businesses that pay their CEOs and their other executives a very nice salary.
So, we've looked at the prosecution's case, and they really don't have a case. They seem to be trying to do this smoke and mirrors by, it looks to us right now like they're going to try and come up with some imaginary numbers that they've guessed and then try and show a profit, which is really pretty easy to do, because since we don't know exactly how many distributions that Eugene made, and there's no direct evidence to that, they can just keep inflating that number until they come up with some highly inflated number and claim a profit. But they still have no real direct evidence. So right now it's just all making stuff up and taking the few bits of information that they were able to glean from the testimony and go from there. Does that seem like that's a fair thing to do?
No, it is completely unfair to persecute patients and caregivers on such an extreme level. And then if it's going to be about profit, or if it's going to be about a zoning violation, honestly, the last thing that I would do is send in the SWAT teams, send in the DEA, and tear people's lives apart, steal their property, if it's going to be about a tax issue or a profit issue. This is not something that you send in Blackwater troops for.
Now, you weren't here yesterday for the testimony where they actually had 11 prosecutors sitting in the audience, and we're talking about for-profit here. I think it sure seems like this is a for-profit thing for the district attorney's office.
Absolutely. I mean, if you want to talk about the funding stream that they're getting from both state and federal government for their various drug eradication efforts, not to mention the what I would consider to be illegal seizure of persons' personal property under the guise of these same illicit drug seizures. This is not an illicit drug case. This is a medical marijuana case and should be treated as such. So
we've now got them establishing a profit. They're taking money from the federal government to circumvent state laws. Aren't these guys that have testified, aren't they county employees? Shouldn't they be upholding state law instead of federal law?
One would hope.
Well, that's where we're at today. We'll talk to you again after day 7.